My hope is that by the end of this video, you will have a fresh perspective about this topic of stillness and silence, a new appreciation, a deeper understanding, and that you'll be inspired to find the stillness within you and to know yourself like you've never known yourself before. I'm Maliki, and I don't just make videos for the sake of it. This channel is devoted to creating content to spark the wisdom within you so that you can be empowered to live, to really live the rest of your life in the best way possible, in a wonderful way, not in a defeated way. I want you to get to know the wisdom within you so that you don't feel you have to rely on anyone else or anything else. You know, when you're out and about and life's happening and you don't have access to that guided meditation, I want you to realize that you have everything you need right here inside you. It's just a matter of getting to know yourself more deeply. And the way to do that is to find the stillness and silence within your innermost being. This week's video is all about silence and stillness. Now, many of us are familiar with the words, "Be still and know that I am God." But what does that actually mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means to me. When you're still, you can hear the wisdom within you more than the ramblings of your mind. When you're still, you can sense the clarity in your being, showing you the way forward, giving you a clear sense of direction. When you're still, you connect with that deeper dimension of yourself. That's the real you, your true nature, your true spiritual nature, rather than what's going on in the psychological realm of your mind and emotions. When you're still, you realign with life and the oneness of life. And spontaneously, you appreciate all that there is. When you're still, you realign with the peace, grace, love, joy, and wisdom that you are in your deepest being. When you're still, you appreciate the wonder of life and being alive. So in this stillness, there is such a profound beauty and love and a peace beyond understanding. Silence and stillness are not something that we experience very much in today's world. Thich Nhat Hanh said, "I have the impression that many of us are afraid of silence. We're always taking in something, text, music, radio, television, or thoughts, to occupy the space." If quiet and space are so important for our happiness, why don't we make more room for them in our lives? What comes to mind when you think of silence? Is it something boring? Do you find it unnatural and uncomfortable? Or do you welcome it with open arms? Take a moment to consider what silence means to you. Meister Eckhart said, "There is in each one of us an immense silence which beckons us into itself." It may seem as though we approach silence, but it's actually silence that draws us in, if we let it. Notice the silence within you that is calling you to itself. This isn't something that is apart from you or coming from another place. It's your own silence, and it's beautiful beyond description. Notice any beliefs you have about it being difficult to experience silence because you're too busy or distracted. Adyashanti said that for 5 years he started his meditation practice by trying to still his mind. Until one day he asked himself the question, is it still already? He discovered that it's totally quiet before I try to make it quiet. It's totally silent before I try to make it silent. It's totally peaceful before I try to make it peaceful. All the effort he thought he needed to become still wasn't actually necessary. Stillness isn't waiting for the mind to be still. Stillness is still anyway. There's a big difference between trying to manufacture stillness and entering into the stillness that is already here. How empowering it is to realize that you can acknowledge the stillness within you, no matter what your state of mind. There's actually nothing to do except realize that stillness is already present within you all the time. So allow yourself to relax into this delightful, ever-present stillness. Mooji said, lay down all your techniques and efforts so that you may discover the effortless silence. Notice any resistance to the stillness and silence within you. There's no judgment here, only noticing. The easiest and simplest way to allow silence to draw you in is to take a conscious breath. The deeper, the better. Then take another breath and another. You will see that no matter where you are or what you're doing, silence will find you, and you will experience the marvelous enveloping peace it brings. More and more, as your breath brings you out of your thoughts and into this moment, you will taste the sacred silence and the peace within. Rupert Spira said, in time, as we become more acquainted with it, we begin to fall in love with it. We don't just visit it from time to time. We begin to live there. We make it our home. Stillness is the peace that is within you, the peace that is the essence of your being. How can I be still, you ask, I hear you. Listen to this song and you will see. Stillness is the space between your thinking, the formless time, the space that's found in you. Stillness is the language God is speaking. It resonates in all of us as true. Stillness is reflection in still water. No distortion